What your presets look like? Is that Lean from Mass Effect? They kind of look like Homeboy from freaking Batgirl, guy who freaking played Lucius Fox's son. These presets look like shit, but I'll say this: I'll give it a benefit of the doubt. Primarily because you're probably going to be inside the exo suit for the most part. You have like basically the most basic cookie cutter for character customization that you can, you know, come up with. Still better than Destiny. You know, like some small little fur right there. Hairstyles are, I'm not expecting a lot. It's a Japanese game. They don't really do a lot when it comes to freaking urban hairstyles. Yeah, it's like, honestly, our options are basically, do you want to have cornrows or do you want like a little short fro? Essentially. Kind of bad. Might make a female character. I always say this because of video games. If my primary character is female, it's because the male character creators suck so bad. Or I'm just like, you know what, I'll just make a check. Or like, I'd rather stare at a chick than look at a dude. Like, that's where I'm at. Look at a dude who doesn't look the way I want my characters to look. We're going with this for our preset. Eye color, dude. Heterochromia, nice. Why is that the best character creation that y'all have for this? Like, the most different thing that this game has with character creator is heterochromia. Just basically having two different colors. Like, it's unique in that aspect, because not all the games can do heterochromia. But the actual overall character creator kind of fucking sucks. You can't change the hair color? What to say? Like, it wouldn't even like look at a different hair option. I wouldn't change a lot about this character, by the way. Just do some other things first. His hairstyle is a little rough. Looking more like this would be. This game doesn't have a lot of good options. I'm trying to change her skin color, but it's not changing. Yeah, that's her eye color. Yeah. Why can't I change the skin color? I'm confused. Oh, there is no skin color change. I thought this entire time was a skin color change. There isn't one. So you basically just, you know, choose these as your presets, and that's just what your character looks like. There, you can't like pick. So let's say you want to play as this person, but you want to like darken her skin a little bit or lighten her skin a little bit. You can't do that. This is so limited. It's like throwing me off. It's kind of an I don't like how limited this game is. Like what the difference is. No, we didn't set it. I keep forgetting to like hit set. Even got like basic shitty freaking tattoos. I'm sorry, I'm trying to. I want to be like optimistic about this freaking game, but currently, not a lot to be excited about. You can't even like customize your actual suit color either. Like you just pick a preset. Like that's what you do. You just pick a preset. Like, all right, I guess I'm going like white or green, or dark green, or black and red. Like you can't. This is so limiting. I don't like any game that's like massively limiting when it comes to character creator. Because it's not hard to have a basic character creator. This is just so limiting. EXOPRIMAL is Capcom's attempt to jump in and revolutionize the co-op versus horde genre. If we weren't already burned out by Redfall earlier in the year, now we have a horde game with you and friends in Anthem-like mech suits, while taking on dinosaurs in repeated, repetitive tasks. Now, does EXOPRIMAL soar, or is it just another bad horde game like many before? If you've seen my Redfall review, I've mentioned that I don't think this genre of games is any good. I think they're all prone to just be mediocre games, generally because of how quickly the games become repetitive, how weak the stories elements usually are in these kind of games, the lack of replay value in these games. EXOPRIMAL actually does something pretty well, but first, what does it do wrong? The character creator is awful, easily one of the worst character creators in modern gaming. You might as well had not even had a character option to begin with. You just have a static character that we pick and just go from there over what Capcom is calling a character creator, because it's one of the worst I've seen in any video game in the last 10 years. What it also does wrong is the same thing every game in the genre does wrong, and that's lack of replay value and have a very repetitive gameplay loop. But EXOPRIMAL isn't a complete dumpster fire like Redfall is. EXOPRIMAL actually does a few things well. For one, is dinos instead of vampires or zombies. If you like dinosaur games, you probably like EXOPRIMAL. I have friends who are big art players, and they love the freaking game. They can't help play the game. They're always in a group chat like, "Hey, you know, playing the Dino game today?" That's what one of my friends call it. Dawn. She calls it just the Dino game, but she thoroughly enjoys the game. So if you might also thoroughly enjoy if you're into dinosaurs. I've never really been a big dinosaur person, period. So dinosaur games tend to just be less interest of me. And the same thing comes like pirate games, tend to be of less interest for me. The story of EXOPRIMAL, initially I didn't care for it, but I ended up being curious about the outcome. So that became my reason to play the game. I had a drive. The drive was, I'm curious on how these cutscenes play out. I'm curious how the story plays out and things like that. So I kept playing the game to beat the game's story. I didn't care about the repetitive loop, but I was interested in seeing how the storyline played out. It's not an awful story, by the way. Like, I don't want you to think just because I forced myself to play the game that the story's bad, because it's not. It's just pretty, it's average, it's predictable, but it's passable and enjoyable. It's clear what, the tropes are they're trying to play into the game as well, but it's a passable, enjoyable story. Where EXOPRIMAL is strongest is where it differs from previous horde games. EXOPRIMAL is a PvP game at heart. There's PvP mode, but the PvE has a PvP invasion where one player invades the other team's world as a dinosaur, and the other team can do the same. This isn't just a generic horde game, it's a competitive horde game where two teams compete against each other. In the PvP mode, outside of the invasion, every mission ends with both teams duking it out, having a fight, for the win. Whereas in PvE modes, there isn't a final battle between the teams at all, just dino invasions. I'd say EXOPRIMAL does a solid job executing what it intended to do with its gameplay and its structure. Playing as a dino is fun, having to fight another player who is a dino is fun as well. Fighting against the team in PvP battle or trying to prevent them from succeeding in story missions that have PvP elements, all highly engaging and fun. In fact, there are some story missions where the enemy team becomes your teammates as both teams take on basically raid bosses or raid waves in the game. But it's still a co-op versus horde, and it has that same shortcomings as many in this genre. The thing it does well, it can easily get someone hooked on it and become a game someone grinds, is those previously mentioned things when it comes to PvP aspects and the dino invasions. And again, like I said, if you like dinosaur games, you are likely to enjoy this game. And again, even though I personally don't like these horror style games, there are people who definitely enjoy these because that's why they keep making them, because there's people out there who are playing them. So obviously there's people who are drawn to it, and this does revolutionize the genre a little bit more than any other horde-based game we've seen. Black and Blood tried the card system, but that's pretty much all anyone has done to try to reinvent the wheel in this genre. So this is something different when it comes to having the PvP aspects and things like that, the dino invasions, and in general just having dinosaurs, period. Yeah, so be it when it comes down to it, what makes you enjoy this game, be it you like fighting dinos, you like PvP, or you like the exosuits. The exosuits are pretty unique and cool. I say about 2 of them don't have good designs. You know, all but 2 have good designs. One looks like the main javelin from Anthem, but they changed up the homework a little bit. Like, you know, that whole meme talking about homework, but changed up a few things. That's how like the dead eye looks in this game. Like, it's like an Anthem mech suit or exosuit, but they changed up some small designs. The other one that I say, you know, kind of looks like crap or just a meh design is Marasame, which is basically a samurai exosuit. You know, it doesn't look unique at all. It just looks like a generic samurai design. The other exosuits all look unique though, and not easily placed outside the game. So they did good when it comes to the other designs. Overall, I'd say EXOPRIMAL is an okay game at best, an average game, you know, for the genre at worst. If you have, you know, Game Pass, give it a try. If you don't, only buy it if it looks like something that you would be interested in, maybe wait for it to go on sale or be even cheaper. I'd give it a 5 out of 10 if it came to giving a review score. Like I said, it is pretty average. It's not a terrible game. But generally, like I said, for me, I'm not really into the genre, so I'm going to have an even more critical look at it than someone who is into the genre would. So just take that as you will. But anyways, that's it for this review of EXOPRIMAL. Thank you all for watching. I will enjoy it. I've been your boy, Anubis, the Gaming Archer. Check me out on Twitch. Link be just below. Do all the things your algorithm likes. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. I've been your boy. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Y'all stay safe, both mentally and physically. I'm out of here. Deuces.